Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be showing teachers and students 5 tips that I have utilized to work from home and work from home successfully. Now these tips are 5 tips that have been around for a long time. In fact, over my many years of studying up on business logic and education and things like that, I have many years experience behind my belt running my own software company from home, working from home, doing commissions from home, teaching from home, and even studying from home in the aspect of a student. As I was in college, I studied online classes, so I do have experience doing that. And I'm telling you right now, these 5 tips I'm about to go over with you will help you be successful with the non-traditional instructional days that our country is now going into, and primarily the state of Kentucky actually just went into. So these methods, they're not just mine. They're actually showcased in books. In fact, I have many books that these are in. This book right here is a book I picked up from the library a few years back about a work from home situation. All the tips are in here. Dave Ramsey. Many of you might know Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is the guru in getting your life straight and managing money. Those tips are also in here. And then this book, for anyone who owns a business, I would really suggest reading this book. It is actually endorsed by Dave Ramsey, and it teaches you all the business aspects, of working from home and things like that. It's kind of more geared towards women, but it's still a great read, guys, if you want to read it. So anyway, with that set aside, let me go ahead, introduce the video, and start it with the 5 tips. Step 1 is to have your own workspace. It doesn't matter if it's an office, if it's a desk, if it's a table, if it's a hallway, if it's a closet, anything will work. You have to have your own workspace that you can work at. Not only that, you have to have your own workspace that you make your own. Literally, you make it your own workspace. And the reason why is because whenever you're at your home, it is so easy to get distracted with other things. It's so easy to just take your laptop and say, oh yeah, I'm going to do my work over here on the couch in front of the TV. And then you flip on the TV, and then what happens? Well, there's a new TV show or an old TV show that you haven't seen before, but you always wanted to see it. And you're like, oh, I love this show. This is great. Why have I not seen this before? And then before long, you're not working. Or if you're a teacher and you're deciding to work in your laundry room where you do laundry and you look over and you see there's a big pile of laundry that needs done. Well, you're not worried about work then, you're worried about doing your laundry. That's why you need to set a place up and you need to make it your own. Why you make it your own is because whenever you sit down and you specifically say, this table is my work area, this is where I'm going to be working, you are moving everything else off there and you are making it successful for you. Stuff that motivates you, stuff that makes you work better. That's where you're going to be at. That's where you're going to be working. And when you get that in your mind and you say, this is my work area, then you are set up for success because you are telling yourself, when I am here, I am working. This is it. So, step 1, have your own workspace. Step 2 is get ready for work exactly the same way that you would normally. This goes for students and this goes for teachers as well. When you get up in the morning, you shower, you brush your teeth, you comb your hair, you are getting ready for work. Your body is used to a schedule. It's used to a routine. So step number 2 is to continue that routine. If you get up and you shower, you brush your teeth, and then you brush your hair and you get ready for work, you need to follow that routine. Because if you just get up and you're in your pajamas and you're like, I don't really feel like getting ready today, that mindset carries over to your work. You need to get into your routine and you need to follow that routine. Now, you don't have to dress up to the nines every single day because, well, obviously nobody is going to do that. But what you need to do is you need to set yourself up for success. You need to be able to say, okay, I'm going to be dressing the part. I'm going to be doing this exactly like I normally would. And that gets you in your mindset to get ready for work. Step 3 is to set up a schedule and make sure that everybody in your household knows what your schedule is. Now, this schedule can be anything that you want it to be as long as it is a set time frame from when you start working to when you end working. And if you're a teacher, it's going to be a little bit different than if you're a student. Students, you need to make sure that you check with your teacher's platforms, which is the next step, but I'll get to that in a minute. You need to make sure that your schedule lines up with what your assignments are and how you can get them done in the time. For instance, if your teachers are making a classroom and you have to be there in a certain time, you have to make the schedule so it allows for that certain time. However, if you want to play Fortnite with your friends when it comes out with the new chapter on Friday, that's fine. But you need to have that in the schedule. You need to make a schedule for it. Teachers, this is exactly the same thing. If you need to go make a grocery pickup before Walmart sells out of milk, that's fine. But you need to have a schedule. You need to say from this time to this time, that is when I'm working. That is when I'm in my work area. That is when I'm not to be bothered because I am working. That's what you need to set up. Now, you also need to set up in there how long that is, because teachers, I completely understand we work around the clock. I get it. We're salaried. That's why we work nonstop for 10 months. But you are at your home. You're not at the building. You need to set up your own time frame. Your family needs you too. It doesn't make any logical sense for you to work 16 hours a day if on a typical work day you only work for 9. It makes no sense. So it shouldn't make any sense for you to go home and work 16 hours when you're there as opposed to working only 9 hours at school. It doesn't make any sense. You need to set yourself up a schedule. Do not run yourself ragged. Seriously, set yourself a schedule, stick to it. And whenever that schedule is done, don't worry about it. Unless it's an absolute emergency, in which case, guess what? They are either going to A, call you, or B, wait until the next day. That's what's going to happen. So please set yourself a schedule. Don't go over it. Number 4 on this list, check your emails and your platforms regularly. Seriously, for students, check your teacher's platforms at least every hour. In fact, it'd be awesome if you could have a separate device brought up where you can enable the audio and you can be doing your schoolwork on something else, and then whenever an email comes in or a teacher updates a platform that they're using, you get a sound notification. So boom, you got it. You know exactly what it is. There it is. You can keep up to date using that kind of a method. Most people in most households have 2 different devices that you could use for your school. You could use one just for the notification, or heck, you can even bring up another tab on your browser and just have the audio on. You can still hear it, so you know, oh, something else came in. Now, teachers, make sure you keep up with emails and check with administration daily for standard changes. NTI Days are new. We all get it. We're all there with you. But as any new thing, they change. Everything gets updated. Everything gets changed. You have to make sure that you stick with your emails and you keep up with them. And finally, step number 5. Number 5 is to make a list of all of your assignments, all of your time slots, and all of your tasks that you need to complete. It can be something as simple as just a standard piece of paper that you write down what you need to do, cross them out as you go on, and every day is a new piece of paper. It could be something as simple as that, or you can even make an Excel document, or you can make a Word document, or you can email yourself. It doesn't matter. As long as you make a list of everything that you need to complete for that day. That is a way that you're going to stay on top of things. You won't be able to forget things, and you know when things are due and what you need to work on. This works very well for students and teachers. Teachers, what I would recommend you do is work on it on Friday before the end of school. Figure out what you need to do going forward, and if you have time on Friday, kind of allot things and work ahead, because working ahead is always good. Try to get Monday done. And then when Monday rolls around, you can look back at your list and you can continue working for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and get everything cranked out as quick as you can. Now, sometimes I understand that's not feasible, but you need to stick with your schedule. You need to make a list of things that you need to do. And please set aside an area for you to work in, because when you're at your house, it is so easy to just wander off and say, oh, I really need to do this. But you have to realize you're not just at your house. You are there to work. The 5 steps, to recap: have your own workspace. Make it your own. 2, keep getting up and getting ready for work at the same time. 3, set a schedule. Make sure you have a schedule of when you're going to be working, and make sure your family knows that this is when you're working. 4, check your emails and platforms regularly. Things change. This is new. You need to keep up with it. And 5, make a list of all your assignments and your tasks that you need to complete. Those are the 5 tips that I have found that work with online businesses, that work with teaching from home, that work from learning from home. If you keep those 5 steps in your mind, you are going to be set up for success. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this video has been informative. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe down below, ring that bell icon, because apparently it does something. And if I missed anything, you'd like to add something to it, please leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching.